Hello and welcome to Nutridor Abivia presents Colors Food Trail, brought to you by our hygiene partners Clorox in association with Moksh Restaurant and Lounge, Peanut Labne, Nizo Salt, Arm & Hammer Baking Soda and Al Baker. Well, a lot of the purists really don't find the idea of this fusion food being too compelling. They want food to retain its authenticity. But I've come to believe that when done with the right amount of emotion and drama, meaning, and a little bit of theatrics, it's really a path that you want to walk down and there's no turning back. Well, it's time for us to set off on another food adventure. But right now, it's time for us to get the ball rolling, or should I say, the cheese ball rolling.
Hi guys, my name is Kimberly D'Souza and I am a food blogger by profession. I am the half of Where My Food At with my husband, and literally all we do is eat. Some people eat to live, but I live to eat. My life revolves around food. I go to restaurants, I travel, literally everything revolves around food. So yeah, that's me. When me and my husband, whenever we pick a place to travel, we always look at what the cuisine will be. We will not be interested in a place that is not adventurous with their cuisine. So basically, we travel for food, and then the adventure and the tourist attractions all are very secondary. We are very adventurous when it comes to trying different types of cuisines. So we will go try anything from insects to like exotic seafood to anything like rabbits, deer, anything at all. Like, we're very adventurous, and that's literally what drives us to travel.
And it's time for us to get cooking. Well, all of you already know Chef Abs, but to introduce him once again, a man whose plates, bring flavors from around the world alive. So whether it's Latin America or it's Japan or it's India or it's Italy or it's Mexico, he'll find a way to put it on a plate and make you feel and taste that country. So thank you, Chef Abs.
Thank you very much.
And I can't wait for this next food adventure with someone who really stands for all the things that this show stands for. So food, travel, she's a food blogger. She's been doing this for 6 years now.
6 years, yes.
With 70,000 plus followers on Instagram. Multiple awards won. Ladies and gentlemen, Kimberly, but better known by her handle, Where's My Food At?
Yes, thank you so much, Malvika. And I think I should really hire you as my hype girl because you're so good at it.
Thank you. All right, first of all, though, I want to get talking about your favorite kinds of comfort food. So, you obviously taste a lot of different food given what you do.
Yeah.
But what's your go-to dish?
So for me, I really like the Southeast Asian flavors. Like, that speaks so much to me. And there was this one time I went to a very small restaurant. It was like a shack. And I had this fish curry. It was a Bengali fish curry. The Bengali machar jhol, I think it's called.
Machar jhol, yeah.
Machar jhol, yeah. That is my favorite dish. Like,
I can totally understand, because all of the Bengali people I know really enjoy that afternoon snooze. I think it has something to do with not being able to move out.
Yeah, I think it does, yeah.
I think that's what it is. And what about your travel? Where does life sort of take you as a food blogger, as someone who enjoys traveling?
So when it comes to traveling, me and my husband, we do a lot of it. In fact, last year we went to at least 9 or 10 different destinations.
Wow.
Yeah, and the basis of our travel has always been how the cuisine is. So if the cuisine is boring, we just don't go there. We don't care how pretty the mountains are, how nice the view is, how good the shopping is. If the cuisine is boring, we don't go there. So for us, the food is number one when we travel.
Awesome, awesome. So of all the countries that you guys have been to, I mean, 10 in just a year, which ones have been your favorite food-wise?
So I really like Cappadocia. It's a small city in Turkey. They have the most beautiful views of the floating hot air balloons, but their food is so nice and soulful as well.
Okay, so we've got Cappadocia
and I also really like, I know this sounds very commercial, but I love Santorini. Like, there's something about the vibe, the place. It's so romantic. I went there with my husband, and the food there, again, it's so simple, but it's so delicious because they really highlight ingredients and the quality of ingredients. Like, it's so simple, but it's absolutely premium.
Wow. Okay, so we've got Santorini. Okay, we've got your love for Bengali fish curry,
Yeah.
right? Macher jhol.
Macher jhol,
Is
yes.
that how it's said?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. If you had to add one more country to the mix, what would it be?
So I'm gonna go somewhere closer to home and say Sri Lanka, Colombo in particular. Everyone who's been to Sri Lanka knows that they are not shy when it comes to throwing in flavors, being bold, simple presentations, not too fancy, but it's all about the flavor in Sri Lanka, right? So
Yeah.
I absolutely love Sri Lanka. Like, I love spicy food, so Sri Lanka is
The way to
another
go.
favorite. Yeah.
Okay.
I can go on, but then I think we only have half an hour, so I'm just gonna say these three.
Well, you can do a lot of things in half an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also, what are you going to do with that? So you've got Macher jhol, you've got Santorini.
It is getting complicated and you put me in a right spot. You have so many countries together, but let's make it easy. Instead of doing the Macher jhol curry, I'll take the spice from that one, which is Panchporan.
Yeah.
I'm going to do something with the sea bass. I'm going to take Greek salsa with some feta cheese, and I'm going to have a dessert that is Turkish dessert, and it's going to be something surprising for you when the dessert comes. So we'll take a Turkish dessert, finish off with the Srikhand.
Yum.
Ooh.
That sounds so good.
Trust me, it's going to taste even better. But to see just what that looks and tastes like, you're going to have to stick around for after a short break. We'll be right back. And welcome back to Nutridor Abivia presents Colors Food Trail, brought to you by our hygiene partners Clorox in association with Moksh Restaurant and Lounge, Nizo Salt, Pinar Labne, and Arm and Hammer Baking Soda, and of course, Al Baker. Well, we've got a lot of cooking to do, Chef.
Yes. So
And a lot of promises have been made about a Macher jhol.
I'm
that's
sure I can do it. I
Yeah?
can do it, yeah. I'll live to the expectation, don't worry.
Done
Okay?
deal. All right.
So let's start doing our fish marination first.
Done.
So for that one, I'm going to use Pinar Labne.
Okay.
So here I'm using Pinar Labne as this is going to give a nice creaminess to the fish coating, and it's also give a saltiness and the lemoniness to the fish. And it
Absolutely.
hold the spices very well. So I'm
Okay.
going to take that one. I'm going to add some chili powder. Going to add some turmeric. I'm using here Panchporan, which is a spices that they use in Bengal.
Yeah.
So
what
this
are
is-
the 5 things, by the way, that go into a
That's mustard, methi, fennel, cumin, and onion seeds.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
I was right.
Yeah.
I was just thinking in my mind 5 things.
5 things, yeah.
Yeah, this is the spice. It has a little bitterness, but at the same time, need to just make sure that when you make this spice, the methi is less.
Little less, yeah.
So it's actually really nice that you're marinating your fish in labne, because I've never seen that before, but it makes so much sense.
You come to the place where you're gonna see amazing things.
Yeah, I'm
so
sure.
wait for it. So a little bit of garam masala. And here I'm gonna add this tamarind paste,
Okay.
Ooh.
just to give that sweet sour taste to the marination. It also cut through the Panchporan, which has a bitterness.
Okay. So how long do you marinate this for?
Fish, we don't take long time because fish is a very tender meat.
Okay.
Like if you're marinating chicken or if you're marinating lamb,
Okay.
that can be done overnight. But this one, I think couple of hours, 2-3 hours should be okay. And if you add a lemon juice, then you should be doing it for 1 hour.
Yeah.
Because lemon juice will start cooking the...
It actually cooks the fish, yeah.
We're just gonna add some salt here.
Ready
So
to
the
fry.
fish is ready. If you're doing it at home, you can marinate the fish and keep it for 2-3 hours.
Okay.
But here, I have already marinated fish here. So I'm gonna start this one wrapping in a banana leaf. Ooh. So I'll take this sambal first.
What is sambal made out of, by the way?
Normally they use the coconut and little spices, and it's a red color, but as I say, I'm using the green one where it's with the green chili.
Okay.
Put it here and then wrap it.
So unfortunately, Kimberly, the team on this TV show thinks that this next challenge is going to be one that brings tears to both our eyes,
Oh my
both
God.
literally and figuratively. So, ladies and gentlemen, with our referee chef who is still making the second banana
Yeah.
leaf and wrapping it up, allow me to introduce you to the wasabi cracker challenge.
Oh no,
Give
not
me a second.
wasabi.
So apparently the rules of this are that you and I are going to try to eat as many of these wasabi crackers as possible in a minute.
Are you serious? Can I just say I've had a very bad experience with wasabi. So
Really?
I might just
warn me because I haven't.
So the first time I tried wasabi, I didn't know what wasabi was.
Okay.
And I thought it was like a nice avocado mousse. So obviously
So
I
you
took
took
a
a
big
nice big
spoon
scoop.
of it and I just started crying. And all I want to say is I hope our makeup artist is on cue because we're going to need her.
Okay, cool. Makeup artist ready? All right, our time starts in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Oh my God. Oh my God, I can't.
It's not hitting me yet.
Take some time. Take a deep breath.
Oh my God, that was hitting me.
Yeah.
Wow, it feels like fire. Look at you going at it, Kimberly.
Come on. 20 seconds left.
No.
Come on, who's winning?
I haven't even gotten through my first one yet.
15.
It is so spicy. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
10.
Wow.
Come on.
Oh my God.
Five more. 5 more.
I'm crying.
And
Can I help? Not much of a competitive spirit here. Oh wow. I guess if chef takes long to make this, then we'll be snacking on this for the rest of the show.
Yeah, this was actually not bad. It's just that I wasn't ready for it. I was caught off guard. So
Are you okay?
yeah, I'm
Are you
fine
crying?
now.
Don't cry. I know the food
These
is
are
good,
happy
but don't
tears. I'm
cry.
going to eat my favorite dish that Chef Abs is preparing. So yeah.
All right, wasabi challenge cleared. I hate to admit defeat, Kimberly, but this time I must say that you were the winner by one cracker.
Yay, it was worth it.
But also by 100% because I ate one and you ate two. But it's time now to get to the real cooking. So, chef,
Yes.
where's
Now
the fish at?
Fish is almost ready, so I need to make this Greece style feta cheese salsa.
Okay.
Here I'm going to use the Pinar traditional feta cheese.
Lovely. So I believe actually that the Pinar feta cheese is so thick and so creamy. It takes 7 liters of milk to make 1 liter of this premium feta cheese
Wow.
by Pinar. Yeah.
That's
So
a lot of milk.
The next time you're going shopping for feta cheese, you know which one to pick up.
So a little bit of feta cheese here. Just crumble it and I'm going to mix it. So in this salsa, I have used cucumber, tomatoes, green and black olive, some salt, pepper, lemon juice, and chopped parsley.
Lovely.
Yum.
Yeah, yum, and it's got a freshness, crunch. So it has a little bit of saltiness because of this Pinar traditional feta cheese, which is nice and crumbly. The salsa is ready.
And I think the feta is naturally a little salty as
Yes,
well, right?
it has saltiness. Yeah, it gives you a nice bite to your salsa.
Okay.
Lovely.
Okay. Now the fish is almost ready. The salsa is also ready. Now I'm going to make Pinar labne and Pinar traditional feta cheese mix that is going to be ripple with blue matcha. So
Nice.
Ooh,
Yes.
a touch of Santorini.
yes.
Blue matcha.
Lovely.
So what kind of flavor does the blue matcha give? Does it taste like regular matcha?
It has an earthy flavor to it.
Okay.
I mean, it's a powder which I've just put into a little water and just make it like a dilution, so I can just give a ripple because I don't
Nice.
want to have the full blue color to my mix.
Okay.
Just to give that ripple.
Like a marble effect?
Yes, like a marble look.
Okay.
So it's like white and blue,
So this is basically just for the color, right?
just for the color.
Okay.
Now, before I start plating, let me clean the area.
Absolutely. In fact, we're going to be using the Clorox Kitchen Cleaner. It kills 99% of the germs and is 100% effective on grease, as you'll see.
So let's get plating.
Okay. This feels like around the world in 80 plates.
So I'm going to use this Pinar labne and Pinar feta cheese ripple with the blue matcha. Take the fish.
This looks so good.
And it truly does look like a little bit of Colombo and a little bit of
Bengal.
and a little bit of grease.
Yeah.
Now I added this feta cheese salsa. I'm just going to finish off with the cress. Just going to finish with this some lemon juice.
Ooh, yum yum.
And here you go. It's ready.
That looks so beautiful.
Absolutely.
Oh my God, chef, really good job.
Thank you very much. Let's try it.
Let's try it.
Okay, so I'm gonna try the dish now. By the way, I love how flaky the fish is, like before even trying it. And I think I'm supposed to do a little bit of everything, right?
Yes.
The salsa,
the salsa,
feta.
the dip.
Wow.
This is actually so good. It might look like I'm doing this for the camera, but it's actually so good. I really like the. I now understand why you made the sambal watery, because it's not burning the fish and it's
Yes.
making it super moist.
Yeah.
It's also spicy, but then the feta complements that so well.
This cut through.
And then the salsa just gives it a whole freshness. So like
Freshness.
it's so good. I'm not stopping. Like you can wrap up or do whatever you have to do next.
While you keep eating.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep eating.
Absolutely. Well, Kim looks like she's got a little bit more eating to do, so why don't you guys go grab a snack as well, and we'll see you back in just a few minutes after a short break. Welcome back to the sweetest part of this show. Nutridor Abivia presents Colors Food Trail, brought to you by our hygiene partners Clorox in association with Moksha Restaurant and Lounge, Nizo Salt, Pinar Labne, Arm & Hammer Baking Soda, and Al Baker. All right, we're done with the main course, and we knocked the socks off Kimberly with that one.
Yeah.
Right?
Chef Abs did such a brilliant job with that. I am so impressed.
Now let's wait for the dessert. And it's
Oh,
the
let's
interesting
just-
part. It's gonna float in the air.
No way.
Yes, it's gonna do that in some time. But before that, we'll do the kunafe. As in Turkish, they say kunafe. Here we call it kunafa.
Kunafa.
Okay.
Right.
Now this is a kadayif noodle. Normally it's called kunafa dough. I'm gonna take this one. I already done the buttering thing for the dough. I've just
Okay.
taken the soft butter and just butter the kunafa noodles. So when you make the kunafa or kunafe, when you butter it, when you mold, after you putting in the fridge, it sets quickly and it takes the shape of it. So now I'm gonna take this one, and you can make any shape you want. I'm here making a very round, small, tiny shape because I'm gonna float them in air. Okay, so I take the kunafa dough, and that I'll add a little bit of mozzarella cheese. You can use cheddar cheese, you can use any stringy cheese that you want. If you need some saltiness, cheddar is good.
Okay.
And here I'm using Pinar mozzarella cheese.
So the reason, by the way, Kim, that we embarked on this journey with kunafe is because you said you loved Cappadocian
Yes.
Turkey so much, and we
Yeah.
wanted to bring a little bit of that flavor.
Yeah.
And there's a little bit of a surprise that you're going to see at the end of this.
Oh my God, I'm so excited.
Your food will literally levitate.
No way. I can't wait.
But we'll wait for that to happen.
Awesome.
Okay, so I'm gonna just take, here I need a round shape, so I'm just gonna put in a bowl, press it a little bit, squeeze it nicely. And this one you can set in the fridge for a day.
Okay.
Okay.
You can also put in the freezer, no problem. But only thing is that when you bake it, take it out early so it's not frozen hard.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this needs to go in a fridge and set it for a couple of hours or overnight.
Right.
What we're gonna do now, we need to make a Srikhand. That's a Maharashtrian flavor coming from Mumbai.
I love Srikhand.
So what we're gonna do here, obviously when you do a Srikhand at home, you hang the curd for a whole night and then next day you use it so it has a thickness. So here I'm gonna use a Greek yogurt which has a thickness to it. So the Greek yogurt into a bowl. I'm gonna add twist to it. I'm gonna use Pinar Labne for Srikhand. Something interesting.
By the way, I've noticed that Pinar Labne is actually a great alternative to cream cheese, right? In all the different places that one would use cream cheese. So it could be your pizza, your burgers, your desserts. Whenever you feel that you're using cream cheese, then...
And now for Srikhand.
And now for Srikhand.
Yeah.
That's actually such a nice idea. I think I'm going to try a Labne cheesecake one day.
A little bit of saffron water. A little bit of rose water. Now I'm gonna leave this one in the fridge for some time to set it.
Okay.
Now our kunafe, which I made earlier, which is already ready. So we're gonna bake them in a pan. Normally you can bake them in oven, but at home, I don't think everyone has that. So I'm gonna do it in a pan to see how it goes.
Sure.
Right?
Perfect.
As we already mixed butter in the
Into
kunafa,
the dough
yeah, in the
itself,
dough,
yeah.
so I don't need too much. I'm just gonna put these one.
I just love the smell of
Melting butter?
Melting butter.
Yeah.
I
couldn't agree
it's
more.
It's like comfort.
Love it. Melting butter, frying garlic.
Frying onions.
Oh, some of
my
the most
God, the smell of
incredible
that.
smells.
Oh.
Now when it's come to dessert, in Mox, that was something that we've been trying and we have done with our dessert. I'm trying to use the Indian spices to infuse with my dessert. The one dish that I have, which is in a hot chocolate fondant with nutmeg. So it comes out very nice. When you eat it, you get the taste of the chocolate, hazelnut chocolate fondant, and then you can smell the nutmeg. It comes out so good.
Ooh, look at the color on that. Looks just perfect.
Nice caramelizing.
Looks just perfect. So the kunafa is all cheesy on the inside and it's nice and crispy on the outside.
Yes.
And then you put the Shrikhand on top of that, or?
Yes, we're gonna just
Okay.
pipe the Shrikhand on the top.
Nice.
Kunafa is ready. As you can see, the nice and golden brown color. Now here, I'm gonna just pour a little bit of sugar syrup on each.
Oh my God, it looks so good. It
So
looks
it's-
so good.
This will soak all the syrup into the kunafa.
And now I can only imagine that with the Shrikhand and that rose flavor
Oh my
and the
God.
saffron and the, it's gonna be so good.
So let's plate them.
Okay, let's do it. This is so exciting. Can I just say?
I feel like I'm in a science lab right now
Yeah.
and not in the kitchen.
And look, it's floating. It's really levitating.
Oh my God. Yeah, it is. I have honestly not seen anything this pretty before. Oh wow, the dessert is really shining there.
It looks like a little, like a Burj Khalifa on a foggy morning. You know how the tower just pops up. Oh, I see the connection. You said you love Turkey, right?
Yes.
Cappadocia and the hot air balloons.
Yeah, and this dessert resembles that.
This may not be hot air, but it's actually cold air.
Yes.
Wow.
Oh my God, this is so pretty.
Amazing. Look at that.
There you
You
go.
got levitating dessert.
Oh my God, thank you so much,
This
Chef.
is what we do in our restaurant, Mox. This is something that we're gonna introduce in our restaurant.
Wow. Okay.
This has never done in Middle East ever.
I'm
This is
going
the
to
first
visit
time.
you every week.
Wow. Wow. Does it fall after a bit? We better eat it before it
It's
does.
gonna stay there for at least 3 minutes.
Okay.
So you can enjoy that.
I suggest we take it off while it's still flying.
No problem. Take it, please.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. This is so cool.
And the best part is,
Is it cold? It is
that
cold.
here it will float.
Oh my word. This
How's
is
it?
so insanely good.
I really love the hot kunafa with the cold
With the
Shrikhand.
cold, yeah.
That temperature difference is so important. Your Shrikhand is amazing, by the way. I can't believe you made this in 5 minutes.
That's all about Pinar Labne. It's making it so creamy and it's instant.
Absolutely
divine.
delicious.
And it's not too sweet. You know, it's just right. It's just right. And it's got a little cheesy flavor in the middle.
So crunchy as well. It has everything in it.
Wonderful.
Oh my God. I have to thank you for all of your travel stories, Kim, because without that, we would never have had all of this levitating hot air balloon dessert and that amazing main course that we did. So thank you once again for joining us on the show.
Thank you so much for doing this for me, especially you, Chef Abs. I never ever thought a chef would recreate my travel journeys into a dish. This is such a special moment for me, so I'm really touched by it, by both of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And before she leaves, we have a gift hamper for her.
Oh, no way!
From the Mox restaurant. We want you to come and dine with us.
Of course.
And experience amazing things like this.
Oh, I can't wait. I absolutely cannot wait.
So here you go, hamper from Mox restaurant.
Thank
Abu Dhabi.
you so much. I'm so excited to open this.
Thank you, Kimberly. Thank you so much. Where My Food At, that's where people can follow you. And Chef Abs, as always, you take us on journey after journey with those plates.
Thank you very much.
Well, next week it's going to be another food journey and another incredible social media influencer telling us all about their travels around the world and, of course, their favorite food. So don't forget to catch us next week, same time, same place. This is Colors Food Trail with me, Malvika Vardhan.